Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today I'll be recapping Uthando Nesthembu season 8, episode 23. And it's still from the lunch that Mseleku is having with his wife MaCele to debrief about what happened in the previous meeting, what happened at the party. And then he goes on to clarify that thing that I said that he was going to chicken out of, to say that MaCele was invited to the meeting because her children were going to go to the party, to the trip. So that's why she was invited. And she says she understands. And then he explains that concept of her saying that she's not involved in the ECTM, but she's not part of it. But he doesn't go into details. He just goes on to blame the other wives for not wanting to welcome MaKhwela, and the fact that MaKhwela will not be welcomed in Mzumbe because they feel like MaCele goes on to enjoy her life in Sea Park while they have to be packed there in Mzumbe to be packed with all the other wives and all the shenanigans that Mseleku brings into his household. And then that's why they just want to be the three last wives of Mseleku staying in Mzumbe and having peace of mind. Don't want the 2000 baby girl Ununoza, according to MaCele and Mayeni, when MaCele was describing MaKhwela to her, saying that she's very young and she's like Odanun and stuff like that. So she's saying that they also talk about MaCele says that she she's not involved in Mseleku's Istembu. And they show us the part where she said she was shouting it out, but not from excitement. I think she's going through a point where she is seeing that what Mseleku is doing is not right for her, but she has made peace with staying married to him. So that's why when she said that those words of Mseleku can even take number 5 and can have a bonus of number 6. And Mseleku noticed that her tone changed with that, and she is asking, why are you even why is your tone like that? Why are you shouting? Because he can also see that she is either has detached from him and just staying for the sake of the kids and staying for the sake of the show as well, and staying because staying is the only option that she feels like she can have with him. And then so Mseleku tells MaCele that he is having struggles with the other wives. And MaCele tells us in a diary session that he'll have to beg the other wives, convince them of the idea of having these MaKhwela staying with them. And then he also tells us that MaKhwela will be staying in the big house. And I wonder if it's just the house that they are having meetings in. And I'm wondering because remember, people keep saying or keep telling us that the reason why these old men marries these younger wives is because they want someone to take care of them in their old age. Because we always assume that when one gets married in their younger years, they won't go and marry someone who's way too young, like 15 years younger than them, the way Makumalo's age is. Because I feel like she could be the one that we could say that she will be the one that takes care of him, but he went just below her, 25 years younger than him. So that type of thing. So I'm wondering if he is, if the house that the big house that he's referring to is the one that they're having meetings in, and Mseleku won't be visiting the other wives, like for marital duties, So unless if MaKhwela is having a baby or whatever the case might be. Actually, I don't know why I'm entering into that space, but I'm just saying that I am trying to understand what could be the reason why he insists on marrying someone who's 25 younger than him while he's not well. But in this episode, he seems better compared to the other one, even from yesterday's one. Even when they brought the when the negotiators came back, he seemed way much better. So those type of things, I'm just thinking that maybe he waited and he had stopped talking about her because while he was sick, that time when he had the party, and the other episode where he never mentioned her until he needed to mention her for the time where he needed to ask Snape to accompany them. But I'm just wondering, like, why is he marrying someone younger? It's not like his wives are incapable of taking care of him in this case. Even when we are referring to someone who's young and whatnot, Makumalo is there. I don't get it. And also, MaCele does not want to entertain this topic with Mseleku in while she's sitting with him. But when the director or whoever asks those questions in the direct sessions, she answers and tells us what she thinks about it. And it's a good idea. I don't understand why she can't tell her husband that the same thing. Or maybe the husband is not asking the right questions. I don't know. So, guys, they go on to MaKhwela's house for Lobola, and Usne tells us that no one in the homestead knew where she was going because they don't approve, right? And then they get there, and then they are welcomed, and then the negotiation starts, and the family start by asking that Ovulamlomo ube to E16,000, and then they further explains that their Vulamlomo is a Vulamlomo, but it's also included in the Lobola money. And then that guy said, as we have agreed that Ovulamlomo will be 16,000. And I'm like, at what point did you agree that we didn't see the agreement? Did you agree with the director that will show you Vulamlomo is 16,000? So that for shock value, we will be watching and all of these things, and some of us will be shocked at how much the money for the whole thing is. And then they try and, toggle negotiate, and it goes to 15, but still they want to ask for less again. They're saying that, can it be 10,000? And that all the men explains that, you know what, Uvunamlomo will need to be 15,000, because if they ever go less than what they have that they want to do, it won't be possible. Because if they start at 10,000, and then it means the second cow. So when they calculating their lobola, it's not they want 10 cows and all the 10 cows are 10,000. It's the first cow is this much, and then the second cow they negotiate per cow, it seems. And then also they did indicate these guys that the Mseleku negotiators that their lobola mixed with a live cow and a fee, And I'm just like, but we didn't see you bring any cows. So the Khwela family are supposed to just believe that you will give them the money. I don't get that. I don't understand that part. But maybe they did bring them, or they are still going to bring them, but they are using their trust. And then as Nate tells us, that money was a lot. When they start counting the 16,000, she says that. And I'm like, okay, makes sense. I mean, 15,000. Yeah, it's a lot of money if you see it by eyes, but it's not really a lot of money. And also that guy, I like that all the men acknowledge you to say, you can't say this, you want 10,000 as the first cow, because there's no cow that's less than 10,000 these days. And he's making sense. Guys, cows are so expensive. So once they are done with the 16,000 that we only saw, even though what's her name, Snake tells us that they are overcharging because it's Mseleku. And then the director asked this lady, how much do you think your lobola should be? And she said she doesn't know because there's no price to her. She's priceless. And I'm like, oh, you are right, because actually she's wrong. Lobola is not about prices and whatnot, and about being priceless. They're building a relationship. So that's part of the reasons why the money has to be exchanged. Right price type of thing, but it doesn't have, like, even if she said it's 100,000, it's 50,000, it's 20,000, it wouldn't have been. But I guess she had to maybe to conceal the price value of the whole thing. It seems like she would have been lowballed by like the 50,000 that the 50 cows that Mseleku had said if we count cows one by one, because we only saw 16,000 from that amount. It was counted, and then they are saying that they have cows, alive cows that we never saw. So there's that, but it doesn't really matter. So they come that time where Abakungi has to pick which woman covered in blankets. and they pick the wrong person, and then they say that they will find them, but they didn't find them, or we didn't see the find. And then after that, the members this lady, after she brings them gifts, and then she's explaining that part of the baskets, the things that she has is for abakhongi, but also one of the baskets that she's gifting to the abakhongi to go gift the matriarch of the family, or the older woman in the family, because it was supposed to go to umama Zala, and umama Zala wake is no more. We know that because she married an older man that had that didn't get fortunate enough to for his mother to live longer, so that she could see his fifth wife. Yeah, I silly. But they sing Isencane Lengane, and I'm like, they are so right. I feel like this is more relevant because usumntana lona, according to everyone that is watching, and according to MaCele as well. And I wonder how she will feel with this whole thing of being called Unana or Danun and stuff like that. I wonder how she's going to feel about this whole thing when she finally gets to watch it, and how she would have felt about not being invited to Mseleku's 50th birthday, not even him talking about her directly, those type of things. I wonder how she feels about this whole thing, but okay, we'll never find out if they don't come for season 6. Also, guys, MaKhwela tells us that their relationship is quite young, or it's quite new. She didn't expect Mseleku to be sending Lobola. And you know what? One thing that I can give to this girl is that she's secretive, because she could say our relationship is 5 months old, or our relationship is 3 months old, or whatever the months or the years that they have been together. But she has decided to keep it to herself. And also, what's her name? Snee tells us part of the reasons why she knows this girl is because it's few yards around from her home, where in Mzumbe, right, to the other place, or MaKhwela. So it's very such a short distance. So they would have grown up together and all of that, because Usne is 5 years older than this lady, because Usne was 30 last year, and then this lady is probably 20 something, right? So they grew up together and all of these things, and then she pretends not to know Usne and stuff like that. And then they leave now once the whole thing is done, after dre- she was dressed by what's her name? Snake, wearing new clothes. She gives them gifts. They explain the other gifts, saying that they need to uh wipe their sweats as they go about their day and stuff like that. They get to an open area, they call them Mseleku. I think that was for them to find out where they should go back. And then Mseleku tells them that they can go to AC Park, that's where he is, because in the other house he can't be there. And he explains to us that they can't go back to Mzumbe because the Mzumbe wives will find out, and that won't be a good thing. Then he will have fights and all of that. And also, Mseleku says that he'll have a meeting with his wife. That like I'm just trying to understand. So now that they have paid Uvulamlomo with 16,000, the wife that now it's MaKhwela is now a wife number 5. So therefore, she will be welcomed by the other wives. Like, I'm just trying to see what his reasoning is. I don't see it. I don't understand it. Maybe the only person who would be fine with it, actually not even fine with it, it's beside on the tree, it's Makumalo, and Mayene will just bear the brunt and tell him that she doesn't like it but still stay. And Mangole says she will divorce, we'll see about that. The Makongis get to Mseleku's house in Sipak, and they explain how the event went by, and then they also go into details, and then they ask for MaCele, because Mseleku also knows that that basket is meant for his mom, but he knows his mom is no more. So MaCele, because she's the eldest of in the family amongst the females, so she'll be the one that has to take it. And also when she gets there as well, she acts like she doesn't know that it's for her. And also I think that MaKhwela is gifting that thing to her because she knows that she's the only one that has welcomed her into the family. And she also knows that MaCele is the one that has also gifted her something. So it's like a gifting ceremony going on between MaKhwela and MaCele, I think. And then Ubab Dunge now asks, what's the way forward when MaCele and when Sneh has left them, because Usne also had to leave so that they can talk about adult stuff, and then ask him what's the way forward. Tell me why this man goes on to his diary session and say that it will be up to MaCele, and they are grateful that MaCele, now to Babdunga, they are grateful to MaCele that she has allowed all of these things. And then he also says that that's the thing that I felt like it's putting MaCele on a pedestal and or above everyone else. We know she's the first wife, but it will make the other wives dislike her. That's why I said that he's the instigator in the family. He's the one that doesn't want there to be for them to be peaceful. Because how will MaCele be the one that tells him when he should go back, when in the first place number 5 was not MaCele's idea, it was his, because he's the one who sees the need for number 5. And also he's breaking the promise to MaCele of the 20 years thing. But MaCele must be the one that says, go back, go and fetch go and finish the lobola for your fifth wife. And also MaCele in her own diary session, after she had Mseleku put everything onto her shoulders, she says that she hopes that Mseleku won't take long to go and finish the lobola rights for MaCele. And I'm just like, I this family. And also they say that she didn't, now that Bab doing it, because he was also told that there was a secret about this lobola. Maybe they are right, guys. Maybe they did go ask for the bride price, but they didn't pay anything, because I heard that guy, he said that um the 16 Vulamlomo, 16K Vulamlomo money is the money that they had agreed on. So maybe they did go ask for bride price, but I don't think it was in 2023, because hey, actually it could have been any time. What am I saying? We don't know what this guy gets up to. But anyway, he tells MaCele that, you know what, ne, this thing that we have been doing behind your back, you were right, it will come to light. And then MaCele also backs it up by telling us in a diary session that while they were working, so this man and Mseleku worked together, and MaCele were working together. She did say that he will be Umkonge anyway, so she's not surprised that he's the one that went and asked for lobola price for Mseleku. And also in the next episode, right, they show us MaKhwela and Mseleku going out for a picnic, and she has decided to gift him something as well. I think that's a thank you for the lobola, I guess. And then we are not shown that the meetings that are going to be held by the family, but we'll see, because we can't wait for that to happen, because we want to hear what his wives have to say with regards to this thing. Because I'm just thinking, this guy and his wives are just gonna show us drama after drama. Because what do you mean you went to lobola someone without your wives knowing, and only because your only wife was in approval of it, and she's the one that's in charge of the whole thing, and you think that the other wives will be fine with that type of thing going on in their lives? Guys, Amanda says that she hopes they won't take forever, and she is thinking that the only reason, I don't know if she's giving us ideas that they will break up, because she says that no one will separate them except if they don't want each other anymore. And I'm like, So she's so sure the other three wives won't break up this relationship. I'm just like thinking, I don't know. She doesn't think that they're strong enough, type of thing. But yeah, yeah. Oh, so we find out next episode that MaCele found her episode, finally got her scene with Usne, because she's talking about addressing that issue of Usne not liking the other wives, and she still says stand on business and say she doesn't like them, and it stands like that. And also about how her mother passed on, the way she put it, because they are all in Istanbul. So it seems like she's blaming the other wives. And I'm like, but was Snake's mom married from Mseleku? Why would they have intentions of deleting her out? Like, why would they do that to her? There was no reason for her to further but there was a reason, because people got it wrong. But I think that because they always wondering themselves, type of thing. But I don't think, did anyone think like that when they listened to that episode? I don't think so, because we didn't think that she, like, okay, maybe because now I know, maybe that's part of the reasons, but I don't think that these people, Mseleku and MaCele, got what Usne was saying. And also, we just get to see the episode. We'll see. I mean, the scene, and guys, are they gonna pack the trip to in that one thing? Because when Seliku and MaKhwela were going on that car, I thought that they are going to meet the other people, the family that were on the trip, only to find out that it's just the two of them. I don't think we are going to be seeing any trip this year. I think it's fully cancelled. We can Mseleku made peace with it, because it's only one episode until this season ends. Thank you guys for watching this recap. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and like the video, comment, and let's keep the conversation going, and let's all be shocked together. Thank you. Bye.